Before you go to bed, here are 3 things I want you to know that has been announced today. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. A pretty flat day, and overall, markets are still incredibly bullish, incredibly overbought, so not a good deal. A lot of retracement potential, but it doesn't look like markets are budging just yet. So stay patient, stay calculated, and be intentional. There is no break of pattern just yet, right? This thing still is holding very strong. If we get that confirmation, I'll do my part in keeping you guys up to date. So just make sure you subscribe for updates. The thing that I really want to talk about is this is the most important thing. So President Trump says that he is imposing a 50% tariff on copper. A lot of you guys know is that today, July 8th, was the official deadline of the 90-day pause. Trump has now extended that firm deadline to now August 1st. So now he's sending out all these tariff letters to all these different countries to renegotiate. And they have up until August 1st until the next firm deadline. We'll see if he actually holds down to that. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But one thing that I also wanted to share with you is I read that the Chinese foreign minister says that Trump does not represent the American people, but only Zionist interests. I feel like this is really fueling or feeding into the fire or the conspiracy of Trump is bought by Jews and controlled by Jews. And that is why he's doing what it is that he's doing. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. I don't think our opinions really do matter. My biggest concern with all of this is China is supposed to be our main focus in my opinion, with all this trade deal. They're one of our biggest trade partners. And it just doesn't seem like we have a very level-headed or respectful relationship with them, to say the least. In my opinion, this is the relationship that should be the most nurtured, but yet both countries and representatives continue to bicker at one another on social media. You guys let me know down what you think. President Trump also claims that he has brought down costs more than any president in recorded history. I do not understand the intention of Trump's post. There's some things that obviously he says to just get a reaction or maybe to influence overall markets. This thing is just it's so divisive because first off, it is not true. We know that for a fact. It is not true. He has not brought down costs more than any other president in recorded history. It is incredibly expensive for groceries. It is incredibly expensive to buy a house right now. It is incredibly expensive to buy a car right now. Again, the very simple needs that almost any American would want is incredibly expensive right now. So there is no question that this is simply a flat out lie. So to say things like that, in my opinion, are just more divisive than it is helpful. But again, that's just my 2 cents. I want to share with you guys because a lot of people are entertaining it down or on social media. And I just think that, again, it's just a waste of time. Right? There's no reason to feed into it. President Trump says that he is imposing a 50% tariff on copper. So what I decided to do was I asked Warren AI, which is by Investing Pro, which is pretty much more of like a chat GPT that's guided more for traders and investors, right? Stock market related content. So why is Trump imposing a 50% tariff? I want to understand the edge. So pretty much this is supposed to curb reliance on imports, especially from major exporters like Chile, Canada, and Peru, right? Okay, so what are the serious implications of this? What's the whole point? So immediate reaction, U.S. copper futures spiked over 12%. If you guys did not see that, yes, they actually spiked 12% right after that was announced, while shares of producers like Freeport McMoran jumped 5% before settling back. So again, do I think that these are actually going to stay at a 50% tariff? No, I think that Trump is just leveraging that tariff to try to negotiate maybe with these countries or supposedly bring back of that form of manufacturing back into the States. That's what some people are saying. Chile warns that global copper demand will rise around 3% this year, with supply growth struggling to keep up, meaning that these tariffs could worsen the shortages and drive prices even higher. So still unclear. The details as of which copper products or countries might be getting exemptions. A lot of you guys know, especially when he sets up these tariffs, sometimes he sets exclusive exemptions for specific products or for specific countries. And again, those details are still being worked out. So if you pay attention to the copper market, then yes, you might have seen a strong spike. We'll see based off of how negotiations continue to happen if he actually draws back on that 50% tariff or continues to hold it or possibly even add more to it. But based off of history, it seems to always just be leverage to try to get people at the table to negotiate, and hopefully it can bring back down that cost. Because I'm sure a lot of us could agree that with everything that copper is, not made with, but assembled with, because copper's in everything, we don't want copper to be up 50%, to say the least. So you guys can take a little bit of time to do some due diligence on, the domino effect of what this would have, not just to copper prices, but everything that requires copper in it being made. So really excited to follow up. Again, we'll see you guys tomorrow for our live trading session. Second link in the description down below. Please be calculated. Please be intentional. As of right now, markets are still trying to decide, are they going to try to hold at these all-time highs, or are we going to begin to retrace once again? So again, stay patient, stay calculated. We'll see you tomorrow. Second link in the description down below, and I'll see you at market open for our live trading session. Take care, team.